and welcome to another YouTube video. In today's video, we're going to be exploring the remaining features of the gap analysis section. And here we are in the third part of gap analysis, which is called bulk analysis or bulk backlink analysis. So the only difference between this and backlink gap is that you can analyze more domains. You can analyze up to 200 URLs and domains simultaneously without having to choose between them. So the metrics are the same. Here you can see that I analyze ebay.com. The metrics are the same as backlink gap. We have authority score, we have backlinks, domains, monthly visits, follow no follow, text, image, form, frame, or info. It might be a little bit different, these metrics. The list of these metrics might be a little different as compared to backlink gap, but the idea behind this tool is the same as backlink gap. So apart from that, we have some remaining features of keyword gap to explore. So we're gonna go there and we're gonna see what exactly does it have in store for us. Okay, so above and below keyword gap, we have ranks and charts. So we're going to click on ranks to see what it possesses and how exactly can it be beneficial for us. Okay, so we have SEMrush rank here. Now what is this? A list of the most popular domains ranked by organic traffic coming from Google's top 100 organic search results. Okay, so we have Wikipedia on the top, we have YouTube, Amazon, Google, Facebook. So if you are just trying to get a better idea of the ranking in general, and I don't think these are categorized by niche. These are here by overall popularity. So it means that if Wikipedia is on the top, it's currently ruling the world. So in the ranks category, we have other subcategories as well. We have SEMrush rank, we have winners and losers, we have traffic rank. So we're going to move forward to winners and losers. It sounds kind of interesting to see what exactly does this have. Okay, a list of domains that are making the biggest improvements or decline in their organic or paid keywords, traffics, and budget estimates. Okay, so I think the red ones can define losers or negative points of a URL, and the green parts can give us the positive insights about a URL or a domain. So winners and losers. Let's read that again. A list of domains that are making the biggest improvements or decline in their organic or paid keywords. Okay, so they're not only telling you about which kind of websites or domains you should watch out for. They're also telling you about the websites which are stuck either at the bottom or having at least one thing drag them down. So here we have pseudofast.com.edu.sc. There are SEMrush rank is this, their SE keywords are this, SE traffic, the difference in the number of visitors coming to the website through Google's top 100 organic search results compared to the previous database update. Then we have costs, we have paid keywords, paid traffic price USD. Okay, so this is an extensive list of URLs and domains, and they have been categorized as winners or losers on the basis of their organic search traffic and keywords and such things. So this is another interesting section, because then you can understand if you can find yourself in these sites and you can analyze your performance. It will give you a better idea of where you stand as compared to all of these other enhanced or sites which are performing better than you. So we're gonna move forward to traffic rank now. Okay, so we're here. This report lists the most popular websites from our database ranked by the number of users visiting the site. Okay, so all of these ranks have been assigned to URLs on the basis of how much traffic they're getting. So it's taking a bit of a time to load. And here it is. Okay, so we have Google at the top. and this comes as no surprise. And we have YouTube, we have Facebook, Wikipedia, Twitter, and I think this is similar to something we saw in traffic analytics in the marketing insights section. And traffic rank is located in keyword gap for a reason. So we're going to go back to keyword gap because I think we've already explored this. But in the rank section, it makes sense that it's located there because it falls in the category of ranking domains and giving you a better idea of how well other domains are doing as compared to you, or just an overall idea of how which domains are currently reigning over the internet. So we're going to go to charts now. We have already explored ranks. We're going to move forward to charts now to see how it works and what it has basically. Okay, so this seems a bit interesting. We can add domains here. Okay, so we're gonna enter domains in these empty spaces, in these blanks, and we can also see which kind of keywords we want to view for that. Okay, so let's take a look. We're going to use our own site, and then we're going to use ebay.com. Then we're going to take Craigslist, and we're going to see the traffic for this one, going to see the lost keywords for this one, and new keywords for this one. And we're going to click on plot chart. Okay, so here we have the traffic. We have our keywords here as well for both of these domains that we clicked on the drop down and chose the keyword section for. ebay.com, lost keywords, organic, craigslist.com, google.com, new keywords. So this is all very useful, and this is extensive as well. You can see your progress as compared to your competitors here on the chart. So we're gonna move forward to, okay, so you can also decide what kind of interface you want to use in order to view the results. We can also use these bars, and we can use the pie chart here as well. Then we can also decide for which duration or time period we want to view the data for. Okay, so this is the from section, and this is the to section when it comes to the duration that you want to decide for viewing. And you can also add other charts, and you can clone this chart as well in order to export it. And you can also export it in the form of Excel or other formats which are available here in the drop down. And you can analyze a lot of domains on your terms in the aspects that you want to observe them for, and you can create charts out of them to get a better idea of where do you stand, or where do they stand as compared to their competitors. So it clearly just depends on you. The chart tool gives you a complete liberty to do whatever you want with the domains and the data that you want to view for them. And you can use this information in order to add to your research or to get a better idea of the market that you're about to dive into. So this was the final video of gap analysis section. We hope that it was useful, and we hope that it was of essential information to you.